Lauren again. For those of you that don't know me, I make YouTube and TikTok videos on my autism experience in hopes of educating others about the condition. And what am I here to talk about today? Well, I was watching on TikTok earlier about this kid that got arrested because he had a meltdown, and I reposted the video, and I'm not going to go into detail about it because I want to respect that person's privacy. And so how it was handled by the professionals, I feel like was wrong, and I want to send my condolences to everyone that has ever had to deal with anything like that. And if you've ever had to deal with anything like that, I'm going to be honest with you, you are not alone, because I personally went through an incident like that when I was much younger. And back in 1988, when I was 7 years old, I had to go to the principal's office because I was screaming and crying so much. And we had a substitute teacher, and she felt like it would be the right thing for me. I love her as a person, and it wasn't her fault by no means. And so it turns out I ended up spending 2 full days in the principal's office, and in one of those full days, I got up for some reason, and I was screaming and crying, couldn't even get out, not even to really go to lunch or go to recess. And the only thing that I could really get up and go do was go to the bathroom. So at one point during one of those 2 days, I had been screaming and crying, and she paddles me really hard with a wooden paddle, and it left a bruise on my butt. And to be honest with you, it pissed my mom off. My mom did not tell me about this until 20 years later, that she even went to the school board and explained the issue. And they knew about my history. What did they do about it? Nothing. Basically, my whole family was pissed off about it. Especially my grandmother. She was probably even more pissed than what my mom was. When my sister got old enough to understand it, she was also pissed too. So unfortunately, that's still a reality among people on the autism spectrum. And so some 30 years later, I met another girl that had the same type of autism as me. Well, she had a meltdown, and unfortunately, she started hitting me. And I didn't overreact. I was nervous about it. And I didn't feel like there was anything I should do. I personally knew that she couldn't help it. So I gave her space, and I said, well, I'm going to let you calm down for about an hour or so, and then I want to come and hang out with you. And that's what I did. So I let her calm down for that hour or so, and then she felt better, and hey, we hang out and talked. And so anyway, I personally feel like more training needs to be done for professionals of all types about dealing with people of any form of autism. Oh gosh, this really just gets to me. But I would never share anyone else's personal experience, but I'm sharing my personal experience to educate others about it. And it pisses me off really bad when people get punished for stuff that they can't control. I imagine how this person's family felt about it, when they posted it this morning. Anyway, should a situation arise when a person has a meltdown and there's not really anything when there's a serious problem, or they could potentially hurt themselves or others, what I would suggest doing is try to figure out ways to de-escalate them. Unfortunately, punishment for neurotypical issues does not work for autistics, and I'm sorry to say it will only make them worse, because you need to understand that autistics are not criminals. Even though they overreact and get violent out of meltdowns, that's because of severe anxiety and sensory overload. I felt that way before, and it sucks. All right, guys. Also, so pray for someone that is suffering from a meltdown, and do give them space. But remember, if they are at harm's way, they will never intentionally hurt someone else. They're just so upset that they can't control it. And there is certain things that will make the situation worse, including punishment for them, saying anything negative. Don't be judgmental toward them, because literally it will make all things worse. And I'm a Christian, and I know that God understands autistic people. And in conclusion, I'm going to say this. I disagree with some of the things that I was brought up with in the Christian faith about punishing behavioral disorders like autism. The big thing here is just to try to stay calm and pray for the person, and try to identify potential triggers before it becomes a problem, instead of just trying to punish them when they do have a problem. Try to talk things through without being judgmental. All right, guys, thank you so much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because there's a lot more content to come. And may God bless you all, and have a great day. Bye.